Welcome to the Procurist, a podcast exploring the evolving landscape of business and technology. I'm Max Henry, and today we're diving deep into what's being called the Procurement Revolution. We're joined by procurement strategy expert Diana Gavin. Diana, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Max. Great to be here. We're at a fascinating inflection point in procurement. The function is really undergoing a dramatic transformation.
Let's start with the big picture. We're seeing major shifts in how businesses handle procurement. What's driving this revolution?
Well, the landscape has completely changed in the last few years. We're seeing this perfect storm of factors: global market volatility, supply chain disruptions, the explosion of AI and automation, and it's really forcing procurement to evolve beyond just being cost optimizers.
And this is putting new demands on chief procurement officers, right?
Absolutely. The CPO role has become incredibly multifaceted. They're now dealing with volatile supply markets, complex sustainability requirements, trade tariffs, and all while trying to leverage new technologies like AI. The expectations from boards and key decision makers just keep escalating.
So, how are leading companies adapting to these changes?
You know, what we're seeing is the pioneers are really focusing on three key areas. First, they're investing heavily in automation and AI capabilities. Second, they're developing new operating models that are more agile and responsive. And third, and this is crucial, they're putting a huge emphasis on talent development.
Let's dig into that AI piece. How is artificial intelligence changing the procurement function?
It's fascinating, actually. About 80% of global CPOs are planning to deploy Gen AI in some capacity over the next 3 years. But, and this is important, only about 36% have meaningful AI deployment right now. The potential is enormous, though. We're talking about everything from automated spend analytics to enhanced contract management.
But there must be challenges in implementing these new technologies?
Oh, absolutely. We're seeing a lot of organizations struggle with this. About 41% of decision makers find system adoption difficult. And there's this interesting paradox where teams are, as one report put it, drowning in data but starving for insights.
Let's talk about the human side of this equation. How is the talent landscape changing?
This is really critical. The procurement professional of 2030 needs a completely different skill set. We're looking for people who can combine data science capabilities with business acumen, what we're calling value chain entrepreneurs. And you know what? These people are incredibly hard to find and retain.
So, what's your advice to CPOs trying to navigate all these changes?
First, get the board on board. You need to translate procurement's value into language that resonates with executive teams. Second, invest in your technology infrastructure, but do it strategically. And third, this is crucial, develop a clear talent strategy. The organizations that will win are the ones that can attract and retain the right mix of skills.
Looking ahead to 2030, what does the future of procurement look like?
We're going to see procurement become much more strategic, less about cost reduction and more about value creation. AI will handle most routine tasks, freeing up procurement professionals to focus on innovation and strategic partnerships. But perhaps most importantly, procurement will be deeply embedded in business strategy, not just seen as a support function.